Welcome back to Super Simple Seafood with Brian Malarkey. I know you thought it was Jacques Cousteau, but it's me, it's Brian Malarkey, all right? So a little fun here today. We are going to travel the seas, my friend, and we are going to cook one of the easiest, simplest, and best seafoods imaginable, and that is the mighty scallop, okay? First, we want to get our pan nice and hot, and this one's going to be a lot of fun. We're not using oil or butter right now. We're going to use my good friend, the bacon. So let's start right now. We've got just one mighty strip of bacon from our good friends at Jimmy Dean's. Jimmy Dean's bacon. So what I did is I cut it once lengthwise, and I'm going to go once down the horizon, and then just a nice cut. I don't really care how perfect this is. The bacon, the bigger the pieces, the better the flavor. I've got my pan at just medium heat right now. I don't want to burn the bacon. I want to render the bacon. I'm just going to spread it out a little bit in there. No oil because the bacon has all of its own fat. And we're just going to let it kind of break up there. This is a one pan pickup. When the bacon's about halfway done, halfway rendered, and starting to get crispy, we're going to put the scallops in there, okay? Super simple, fun recipe. We've got some Dijon mustard. I hope you're at home cooking with me. 1 lemon. Seafood and lemons are best friends. They're like Thelma and Louise. They will jump off that cliff together. Salt, not pepper on my seafood, no thank you. Butter always shows up to the party also. And we've got some chives, right? Nice little part of the onion family right there. We'll cut some chives. So let's see, the bacon's starting to render. So scallops. Let's talk some scallops, all right? This is an abductor muscle to the shells. If you ever like to walk on the beach and you see the big shells that look like that, the thing that holds them together is called the abductor muscle, right? Imagine this. We'll go all the way in there. My hands are the shell. The abductor muscle, right? Pulls them down and they filter, right? That's how they eat. They come from the Pacific Northwest. They come from just about everywhere. We got them down here in San Diego. I firmly believe the best scallops come from the northeast part near Canada, northeast like Maine, all along the banks up there, right? They all come in frozen. I'd say 90% of scallops are frozen. They all have this little abductor muscle, or this one little piece that's attached to them. They are the abductor muscle. We're going to peel that off. It just gets a little chewy. Nobody wants gums. I'm going to lower my heat just a little bit. The bacon's almost ready for the scallops to join it. Once we start cooking the scallops, it is go time. Some of them do not have that little muscle, so no big deal. Here we go. We're going to take the scallops. We want to put it down nice on its surface right there. We want the top to be super nice and caramelized. The bacon's about halfway done right now. I haven't even bothered putting salt on it yet because the bacon's nice and salty. We're going to finish it with the salt. Spread them out so that they cook evenly. If you get any more than that in a pan, they tend to steam. And if you've ever had a chewy, not caramelized scallop, you know what I'm talking about, right? So I see the bacon's cooking a little faster than I would like right here. I need a touch more fat. I'm going to grab just a touch of oil. I've got a little bit of cooking oil here. Look at that. That'll slow the bacon down just a touch. Stir it up, stir it up. I kind of messed up on that one, and that's why we're cooking together at home. The bacon's going to be overcooked if I don't get it out of the pan a little bit right now. I like crispy bacon, but I don't like burnt bacon. We're going to pick this up, set it right over here. That's why we're cooking together, real time. You know, we learn and we lose together. This is a win. Look at that. Perfect bacon set aside. Now I have that beautiful bacon fat, okay? At home, if you want, you can take a slotted spoon, pull all that bacon out and set it aside because I want that salty smokiness from the Jimmy Dean's bacon in that scallop. Don't move it too much, okay? We have our bacon right here. Let's learn to cut a little chives while we're doing this, right? So the chives come out, and they're always kind of uneven on one end. Chives are not terribly expensive, so what I like to do is I like to clean up the ends and put them all at the same size, and it kind of gets through the kind of like mealiness and that stemminess on the bottom. Knife, this is a great thing to practice your knife skills on. Try not to get the chives to connect. It's how smooth, not how hard you use your knife. And this is another reason to talk about why you need a good sharp knife, right? If you're bruising your herbs, there's an H in them. If you're bruising your herbs, your knife is not sharp enough, okay? There we go. Beautiful. As you get better, make sure you don't add your thumb to the chive mixture. Never a good flavor. Beautiful. Let's take a look at our scallops here. The scallops are going to cook about 70%, maybe even 80% on this one caramelized side. I've got some Dijon mustard, right? This is going to make an incredible pan sauce. I'm going to hit it with butter here in a second. Dijon mustard, hit the chives, and finish with the bacon and a touch of lemon juice. And this is going to be a party pleaser. Get the plate ready. Ring the dinner bell because these scallops do not take long to cook. Let's get some butter going right now. We'll take a peek under one to see how these scallops are looking. Look at that. That is the kind of caramelization we're looking for in our scallop. Flip it over right there. Look at that. Yes, a great pan is what you need. If you don't have that kind of caramelization, your scallops are either too watery, you didn't pat them off with a towel. Make sure your seafood is always dry, especially your scallops, before you cook them, okay? And make sure that pan is hot, hot, hot. Here we go. We're going to get ready for plating. This thing's already going to happen fast. Got a spoon here. We're going to take a little bit of this lemon zest, put it right on top. Anytime I use lemon, I get a microplane and I zest. Beautiful color and flavor. Now we're going to cut the lemon just a little bit on the side here so we don't have the seeds in there. We can use one for garnish. We'll cut another one over here also. Perfect. Here comes the Dijon. I'd say 1 solid tablespoon of Dijon is all we're going to need. These scallops are just about done. The butter has melted. I prefer my scallops mid-rare. They get a little gummy at medium. At mid-well, you might as well just fry them, okay? We're going to take these. We're going to put them right here on our beautiful plate. This is a very, very fast thing to cook. Never start cooking the scallops ahead of time. They need to be eaten hot and ready. Okay, look at that. Beautiful. We still haven't put the salt on them. We're going to make this sauce super salty. Okay, here we go. Stir in this Dijon mustard. Look at that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Turning the heat off right here. Hitting it right there with the chives. Come back with the bacon and hit it with a lot of lemon. And now this is where we can add our salt. Right there. I'm just going to put a touch more butter in there. And you'll see that the mustard is kind of breaking up in there. We're going to fold it back together with a nice little finishing pat of butter. Oh, yes. Look at that. Maybe just a touch more. She's coming off the heat. She got a little bit hot. But look at that. So it kind of broke. And now that butter is bringing it all together. Okay. Perfect. See if we need a touch of salt. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that is why it's called super simple seafood. Oh, yeah. Stir it. See, it's breaking. It was kind of breaking apart there. I'm just going to stir it a little bit. Oh, there she is, my friends. Bacon, Dijon mustard, lemon. These are good for finger food. They're good for an entree. But I guarantee you one thing. They are going to impress your guests. And that is why we call it super simple seafood. Scallops, Dijon mustard, Chef's Life TV. Cheers and love.